I see my story as a weakness, not as a strength, which is super messed up. Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's been a little while since I have posted anything. It is because I have been kind of in a rut and scared a little bit of the content that I need to put out, and scared because I still struggle with some shame and fear around kind of this next level of like talking points for my life. So I created a blog post, and this is kind of funny. So I created a blog post and I meant to post it to my coaching Facebook page. And a few hours after I published the post, I realized that it had gone to my public Facebook page. This blog post was a kind of outline of my adoption journey and infertility journey and some other stuff just in my life that I just wanted to get into writing and get out into the world a little bit. And it came out in a big way. Not that I have a huge Facebook following by any stretch, and I would probably say that maybe 50-ish people on my Facebook saw it and went to my webpage and read the blog post, and then found out some things about my life that I wasn't so sure I was ready for everyone to know. And then I kind of went inside, I guess. Like, is that the way to put it? Like, I kind of lost momentum and got lost in this thing that happened. And ultimately, I could have deleted the blog post before more people saw it and got it off my Facebook page. But I have to believe that it wouldn't have happened that way if it didn't need to and it wasn't the right thing for me for it to get out there. And so it's out there. Anybody who looks me up on Facebook now, although I think I'm pretty private, but anybody from high school who goes to my Facebook page to see how I'm doing is going to read about that part of my life, which they were there for. Obviously, they're from high school, but maybe college or employees, whatever. So let's just get into the story, because ultimately that's what this was supposed to be about. It was supposed to be a post about my fertility and adoptive mom journey. But now it's become kind of a mental health update. And hey, maybe that's okay too. So maybe we'll just go with that mental health update, because I haven't been around for a while, so maybe that's ultimately what I should do. So I kind of went in a bit of a overwhelmed spiral, like I said. So this blog post came out and I turtled. That is exactly the word I was looking for. I turtled. I kind of stopped going on social media, stopped using social media, and stopped working towards my goals for a bit and just turtled. I don't know if I was expecting some sort of backlash from, I don't know, I don't understand. But I turtled and I hid and I went in my protective shell for a while, and now I'm back out and ready to get back at it. I think like that's really like why I want to work with like people going through infertility, or maybe working with like birth moms, is because I really get it, right? I understand that like 19 and a half years after giving your baby up for adoption, like how that still impacts your life. And then I also understand, like, as someone who went through infertility, I also understand like the embarrassment maybe of having to go through that. I'm not sure if I'm not embarrassed about infertility. I know plenty of women that are, but going through infertility and the emotional toll that takes, and how I don't think like you ever heal from infertility. Even after you have your babies, I think you still have maybe PTSD from the whole situation in some cases. I don't know if PTSD might be an extreme like version of the feelings you have coming out of a situation like that, but it changed. I think anybody that goes through infertility would know and would say that it changes you. You're not the same person on the other side. And I also personally struggle with anxiety. I don't know if you would say depression, because I think when I get depressive, it all stems from anxiety. So I would say anxiety, and having something go out like that creates a lot of anxiety. My boss at work now knows things that I never meant for my bosses, I should say, and them to know. I have this persona. I don't know if persona is the right word, but I have like this desire to show up as like a certain person at work, and that person is strong and emotionally stable. Just kidding, don't say that. I don't even really know what I'm saying right now. I'm saying something like I have this version of myself where I go to work and I'm not an adoptive mom, and I haven't gone through crap in my life. And it's funny because I'm like, oh, like my first thought that I kind of went to is I'm this strong person and I'm capable and emotionally stable. And now I'm worried that they won't see me that way. Which is kind of like ridiculous, because if you knew somebody's story and all the things they went through, and I think this is applicable to pretty much anyone, that if you know their story, like you just will see their strength more. Knowing someone's story isn't a weakness for that person, which I'm just kind of seriously right now working through, is that I see my story as a weakness, not as a strength. Which is super messed up. Anyways, I guess I need to work on that too. But, oh man, you guys are like this. I have these sit down and I have these chats with you, and I come to like realizations about the weirdest things sometimes. Like, I said in my blog, I didn't cry when my babies were born. And, which is super weird, right? Because I wanted them for years, and we had a failed round of IVF, and they were successful, and there were only 2 embryos, and I got to finally have like these 2 babies after this crazy pregnancy where at different times I wasn't sure that either one of them was going to make it through to the end, and I had them and I was holding them and I didn't cry. And I was writing this blog article, like just like literally the last paragraph, and I was stopping to think about that, like the fact I didn't cry. And then I thought about more, but I did cry in the end. But I didn't cry until, like, truly cry. Like, I had a couple tears, but I didn't bawl my eyes out, like, with, like, complete acceptance that I was the mom of these 2 babies until we drove away from the hospital. Until we put them in the car and I got to take them home. That's when I cried. And I cried and I cried and I cried with so much joy. Like, that was my moment, and not when they were born. And that's because my first baby didn't leave the hospital with me. So the whole time I was in the hospital, I was scared someone was going to come and say, these aren't your babies, or you can't take them home, or something ridiculous, right? Like, you're not fit to be a mom, which makes no sense. But, like, that's just what, like, emotional trauma does to you, right? It doesn't go away ever. You spend the rest of your life trying to work out the moments that, like, your previous emotional trauma has impacted you, right? Like, you are having, like, these ridiculous responses or not normal responses to something, and oftentimes it's seated in, like, this past, something that happened in the past. Anyways, so I just wanted to say, like, by talking and blogging about things that I haven't put out there before or really talked about before, I, like, am drawing these connections that help me to understand myself better. And I just want to say, like, that is powerful and super cool. It's not something that I expected. Like, I thought, like, when I was started making YouTube videos, that I would be able to teach you guys some really cool things and help you guys create, like, this incredible life. But what's happening a lot right now, which must be what needs to happen, is that, like, I'm helping myself. And I said in one of my first videos, like, I needed to coach myself first, like, because there's still things that I feel like I need to work on before I can be as great as I can be as a coach for someone else. And so that's happening. And it's incredible and amazing. Anyways, I guess on that note, that's my mental health update. I'm getting back at it. I am out of my turtle shell, and ready to start creating and getting some great information out to you guys about mindset and having a wonderful life. And I'm going to be continuing to learn more about how to be a fertility coach, or family planning coach, something in there, because I am super passionate about that stuff. So, anyways, goodbye. Like this video if you're excited about the breakthroughs I'm having, and subscribe to my channel if you want to continue to see some of the things I'm getting up to, and be around for more helpful, fun content coming your way soon. Bye.